February 7th here in Southern Ontario. Let's take a look at how much control the World Economic Forum has on a global level. This video was prompted from a comment on TikTok from Sue. I'll quote, "Another Wef clutching your pearls. OMG. The Wef. Who do they report to? Question mark. No one. Who report to them? No one. Double exclamation mark. Who does the Wef have power over? No one. 5 exclamation marks. Their think tank, buddy. You got head. 3 laughing emojis." Unquote. Let's look at this. Let's start in Europe. The EU Parliament, the 12-member EU Commission headed by Ursula von der Leyen, who sits on the WEF Board of Trustees. That's the head table, Sue. Mark Carney sat on it for a decade, probably still does. Moving on, the EU Commission has power over the EU member countries regarding, amongst other things, immigration numbers, farming practices, sustainable development goals, which clearly states conventional farming practices are not sustainable and that alternative protein sources are to replace animal protein. This is clearly stated in the WEF's Sustainable Development Goals. It's not a matter of interpretation. Note, the farmers' protests were and are not limited to the Netherlands. Last time I looked, more than half of the country's farmers, EU member countries' farmers, were protesting, revolting. The United Nations, which openly partners with the World Economic Forum on Agenda 2030 and the hastening thereof, net zero, the aforementioned Sustainable Development Goals, and a host of other WEF agendas, including global governance, is a matter of public record. Again, not a matter of interpretation. The head of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, Young Global Leaders Program graduate, active status WEF member. He sat on the WEF Foundation board for a number of years, alongside and in the company of Mark Carney. We'll just throw that in again. The recently posted head of NATO, Mark Rutte, former Prime Minister of the Netherlands until the farmers booted him out. Classmate of Justin Trudeau's Young Global Leaders Program graduate class of 2005. Head of the World Bank, the head of the IMF, the World Health Organization, all their head honchos are WEF members, including Canada's unelected Chief Health Advisor, Dr. Tam the Man. Let's take a look at just a couple of countries here. Germany's a hot mess. Their chancellor is getting tossed, non-confidence votes and stuff. Olaf Scholz, Young Global Leaders graduate, WEF member. Most of his cronies are as well in his party. The hot mess that is France. Macron, lifer in the World Economic Forum. UK, another hot mess right now. Keir Starmer, current Prime Minister, who on public record stated he puts his allegiance to the World Economic Forum ahead of the UK. Should be noted some of his predecessors, Boris Johnson, for example, another Young Global Leaders graduate. Here in Canada, in summation, Google this, Sue. Just type in Klaus Schwab at Harvard regarding Trudeau, and you'll see where Klaus said in 2019 how he's so proud of Trudeau and knows that he's penetrated more than 50% of his cabinet. It's actually more than 70% of Trudeau's cabinet ministers are active status WEF members. Freeland, is she still our deputy prime minister? Whatever. She sits openly on the board of trustees. It's a matter of public record. 12 of 17 of Trudeau's last Senate appointees are WEF members. Our Attorney General, our Governor General, the head of CBC and CTV. I could go on. I could go on for quite some time, Sue. The only part you got right, yeah, they answered to no one.